which way is this semi-final going? Is this chase going to give us a thriller for the ages? Over one-fourth of the runs have been scored by South Africa in pursuit of 363. Just the 1 wicket down, pretty much similar to what New Zealand had in the first innings. At the 15-over mark, they were 87. South Africa very much there as well. Temba Bavuma, the captain, took his time to get going, but he's looking good. 38 not out. Murali Dussen has come in and added so much spice to this innings. 30 not out. Rickelton, the only wicket. Murali Kartik joins us on Cricbuzz Comm Box. Have the seeds been sown for a chase for the ages?
They're definitely in a good position. That's what I would say. You have to say, compared to what New Zealand were, they've followed a similar template, similar pattern. Temba Bavuma, you mentioned, was slightly slow to start off, but you don't fault him for that. You're thinking ahead and what he can do. Again, you think of Kane Williamson, he started slowly, but he just caught up very nicely. So Temba Bavuma possibly trying to follow a similar pattern. 85, 87, not a lot to choose from. Again, 1 wicket. And the kind of batting lineup that South Africa have, the likes of Miller, Klaasen to come, Aiden Markram to come, if they can bottle up that pressure feeling or pressure cooker feeling, I think definitely we have a chase on our hands.
South African supporters might have been a touch anxious or a touch edgy because at the 5-over mark, their captain Temba Bavuma had faced 18 deliveries. He scored just 3, and that means he couldn't score a 15, assuming they were all singles. Could he have been a little more, in the zone to keep the scoreboard ticking? And I wondered if that sort of put pressure on Rickelton as well.
No, I don't think that put pressure on Rickelton because Rickelton is a free-flowing batter, and sometimes there are on certain days when you're playing with somebody, he could be timing it beautifully and you could be struggling at the other end.
Yep.
And it's a question of not throwing it away. I think that's the most important thing. I spoke about Kane Williamson before. Kane Williamson was also in a situation where he was not going the way he would have wanted to, but it was the left-hander Rachin Ravindra who was fine. And then he caught up. So the same has been the case with Temba Bavuma too. You mentioned 3 of 18. After that, he's caught along nicely. He's got Murali Dussen for company. And it's about making up. It's about if you have set your stall there, if you have taken a few deliveries more than what you would have wanted to, it's about not throwing it away and taking it forward. And I think that will be the chat now between Temba Bavuma and Murali Dussen.
Go on, build a skyscraper if you've taken your time to set that foundation strong. And he's got a very attacking, aggressive, positive-minded, very experienced Murali Dussen as well, who's played so much domestic cricket at 36 years of age. This partnership can be a lot like the Williamson-Rachin Ravindra partnership, a little bit of fire and ice. But when the spinners come on, you're chasing in a big pressure semi-final. You've got to keep going at about 6, 7 and over. Won't be easy, but what's the number you're looking at the end of 35?
I would say, again, very similar to where South Africa were. We estimated, 200 at the end of 35, and I think they were 226.
Yep.
I think that'll be something which even South Africa will be aiming, if not more, if they can get to a similar stage, because you've got somebody like Santner who's bowled beautifully to come. Bracewell has bowled reasonably well. I don't think so. They've gone after him. Possibly they're just trying to suss out what is on offer, what he's doing. So 20 good overs. We've already had a few from Bracewell. Santner to come. It'll be interesting because both of them are decent players of spin. Murali Dussen is a good player of spin. So expect some good shots against the left-arm spinner.
Well, that man, Klaasen, waiting in the wings. Very, very big, strong hitter of the cricket ball, especially when it comes to spinners. So great ball striking ability, very much in store for South Africa. The question, though, is for how long can these two keep going? Because if you look at the bowling card, there's a lot of spin bowling left. Mitchell Santner, the captain, will come in at some stage. Michael Bracewell, on this card, while he's bowled 2, he's already bowled his 3rd, which was the 16th over. 5 each for Henry and Jamieson. Especially with Jamieson, he's gone at 4.8 and over, used his height to good effect. Perhaps as far as height is concerned, it was a bit of a mismatch, wasn't it? Bavuma versus Jamieson. You reckon they hit the right length?
I thought Jamieson bowled beautifully.
Yeah.
And I think a little bit of the pressure was let off when Willow Rowe came on to bowl.
Yeah.
Because he gave a lot of room. His lengths weren't up to scratch, and that's one of the reasons why his analysis, I think he's already going at 8 runs and over. And that's one of the reasons why you wanted a spinner who can bowl tight at the other end. So Willow Rowe, after all the work done by Kyle Jamieson, if you thought that it was a like-for-like replacement and he would replicate what Jamieson did. That hasn't happened.
Bowl out as many spinners as possible before the likes of Klaasen and Miller and Markram come in?
I don't think you look at it like that. You just look at the situation as a captain, what needs to be done at a stage. Because at the end of the day, they still need to pick wickets. You can't be thinking of Klaasen, who might come in at number 4 or number 5, or depending on the number of overs, because you've got somebody like Aiden Markram to come as well, who's a pretty good batter. If you allow the likes of Bavuma Dussen and Temba Bavuma, who can kickstart or accelerate, I don't think you're thinking that way. You're just thinking of the situation. Who's the ideal bowler? How can I shuffle the bowlers around to get a wicket and keep the scoring at bay?
Twice a total higher than 363 has been chased by South Africa. So can they make it third time?
It's a question of the pressure. Again, it's a question of that semi-final pressure where they've faltered. That's where they've faltered. The pressure has made them do silly things.
2015 World Cup semi-final, which finished with a heartbreak for South Africa. Teary-eyed A.B. de Villiers, Grant Elliott hitting that big 6 at home, much to the delight of the local crowd. But this is a different ball game. It's a different venue, Lahore. Lots of passionate cricket fans very much there as well. Hopefully, we will be in for a chase that finishes off the last over. Remember, the winner plays India. In the finals, he's got his 10-over prediction right. You want to call the game at this stage?
I would say it's still game on. It's very tough to say anything right now. The only thing which is making me say New Zealand is the propensity or the tendency for South Africa in the past to implode from very simple situations or from winnable situations.
Either way, it'll be mixed feelings because both these teams very much a crowd favourite among the neutrals as well. Who India prefer to play, we don't really know. I mean, it's all up to Rohit Sharma and Gautam Gambhir. Whoever it may be, we will see you once again to take a look at the situation, assess it, which way it's going. Hopefully, both teams will still be in it at the 35-over mark is when we will see you once again on Cricbuzz Comm Box. Bye for now.